Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. Max, how you doing tonight, my brother?
Doing good one. Another doubleheader Monday night football. Good weekend of football. Even college was cool for a change.
Yeah.
I watched Georgia Bama for a change. It was nice.
How about that
Something like
17-year-old, bro?
kid's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be a first round pick at 19 years old or
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
R-
I don't it's crazy. He's really
reminds
good.
me, reminds
Ryan
me,
Williams.
no, reminds me a little bit of not his game necessarily, but like how he broke onto the scene so like early. Devontae Smith. I remember him like having some crazy game when he was young on in Alabama.
When he caught the touchdown against Georgia or something, I
Something like
think.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good though, man. Georgia, I'm shocked Georgia came back. I was like, God, they're about to get rolled, and it was a great game.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
Remember when they used to be like 3-7 those games? Now they're like every game's well, no different in the NFL, I guess. And Monday Night Football is a prime example.
Yeah. Before we get into it, welcome to week 4 takeaways. Okay. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. Um, let's get into it, bro. Monday Night Football off bat. We had the doubleheader. The Detroit Lions, Max. How impressed were you? Because there was some shit tonight on offense. I'm like, holy shit. Like, this is why they're a Super Bowl contender kind of thing. And I don't think Seattle played all that bad. Like, I just felt like they were just trying to just keep up with the freaking pace of the damn Lions, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean it's hard. It's hard because on one side the offense was outstanding tonight
Yeah.
from Detroit. Jared Goff was perfect, legitimately perfect. He
Yeah.
was what 18 for 18. Doesn't have a perfect quarterback rating somehow. Don't get
Quarterback
that
rating
one.
is stupid. That's another reason why.
Correct. 100% stupid, but you would just think, right?
Mhm.
It warms my heart when we see our guys killing it, like Jamison Williams, two catches, 80 yards. Like I don't think he's the type of guy where it's gonna be 10 for 103. It's gonna be a lot of 4 for 130, 5 for 120, stuff like because he's a chunk type guy. And that play just showed it off. Like he is a dynamic athlete in space, like we said. He literally carved through Seattle's defense. And like Devin Witherspoon, who's fast, one you would say he's a fast player.
Yeah, pretty fast.
He couldn't even like catch him. I was like, oh, he's gone. He celebrated the last 20 yards and they barely even like touched it. It was outstanding.
Yeah.
And then the running game. Again, this is like one of the weaknesses of the Seattle team. And I think they've been better in the first 3 weeks of the season is you can impose their will. You look at their D line one, are you like, wow, ooh, these guys are great. Like Byron Murphy's cool, right?
Yeah.
But who on their D line are you just like, that's a name.
Well,
That's it. That's a difference maker.
they got a lot of injuries right now. I know Boy Mafe was
They
out.
do.
Yeah.
But
Julian Love
Boye and
got
Mafia
hurt.
wasn't. They're not slowing down what's happening out there.
Yeah. They could have really helped today. Like Nuwosu, your boy, he's also out for
Yeah,
them. He's a
he would
difference
have. But
maker. I get what you mean. No Miles Garrett, no like elite edge rusher. I get what
yeah,
you're
they have a
saying.
lot of good players. But again, they don't even have big people. And this Detroit team ran the ball last year on the Niners, pretty much anyone they wanted to. And I don't really think there's a team who could really slow them down when it comes because I would say they're the only team, and maybe Tampa Bay got them for like a couple like quarters. You could really make the case they've won every like battle at the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball this whole year.
Yeah, the Buccaneers, I feel like pushed them around at some point, in that game that they lost to. But 100%, like they got a recipe. Once Ben Johnson is pulling out fucking trick plays, when Jared Goff is catching touchdown passes, they're in their bag. Okay, they were virtually unstoppable today on offense. The combination of the run game, the pass game, it looks like they got their little, their third guy with Tim Patrick. I like what I seen out of him tonight. And like you said, Jamison Williams, he's doing what we expected to do, and it's fun to see. It's great to see. Um, I can't wait to see this team in the playoffs. They're built for the playoffs. They need to stay healthy because the injury bug is catching almost everyone in the NFL right now. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, love what the Lions see. I love what I see out of the Lions, excuse me. On the Seahawks side, on the offensive side, that play by DK Metcalf, because I really do feel like that was the turning point in this game. I know it was early in the game, but I felt like it was a big momentum shift. When he fumbled the ball, it's shit like that where I'm like, bro, tone it down a little bit. Tone it down. I know you want to be aggressive. I know you want to break every fucking tackle. But it's like, let's tone it down, bro. Let's get the drive going. I know you're fired up, but it's shit like that where it's like a stupid penalty on DK Metcalf because he's all fucking his head is all blown up from a call or whatever, or he's fighting too much, too hard, and fumbling the ball. Like I hate to see that out of DK, bro. Like DK would have had a great night if he could have just like scored in the end zone, like in the box score. But yeah, I would love to see something different out of DK as far as mentally like that with that fumble. Geno Smith, I can't say enough about Geno Smith, Max. I mean, how crazy is it that like time and time again this dude shows us like he is just not the same quarterback that we've seen over the years. Like it's fucking crazy. He's really fucking
Well,
good.
I just want to say one thing. I don't mind that play by DK. I think he would agree he has to take care of the ball, but I love what I've seen from there with him and their whole offense. And I thought today was Detroit was getting after Geno Smith. He was running for his life at times, making plays to Jackson Smith and Jigba,
Yep.
Tyler Lockett, Jake Bobo, DK Metcalf, Kenny Walker. Just reminded us how special he can be if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I know Charbonnet is a good running back, but dude, the difference when he touches the ball is Kenny Walker. He's so dynamic. And
Yeah.
look, Seattle, like I feel like you can go home and you're like, I'm 3-1, and we played a good game. Like Detroit's really good. Like Detroit's defense to me, it kind of scares me a little bit because it's like, dude, they got shredded. Like they really did. Like they gave up 400 yards, and I understand most of that was the game was, you know, it was a little bit over. It was like 20 to like 6 and
Right.
27, but Seattle wasn't going away. Like if they make one mistake, if Seattle's defense can get one stop, they could have made this a game. And I'm blown away. I thought Geno Smith played great. There's only one thing that worries me about their offense is their O line, because literally they were getting. I thought Geno Smith was playing excellent to avoid some of the pressure. Like there were times Aiden Hutchinson was winning so quickly off the edge. Charles Cross kind of disappoints me still to this day. Bradshaw, the guard, or Bradford, excuse me. You don't see guys like Abraham Lucas. I feel like he's always banged up or hurt. I just don't like what I've seen from their O line. Like, oh wow, Seattle has a bad O line. Stop the presses, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, this game wasn't horrible from Seattle, like you said. Detroit, I think, just at another class. And look, there's one thing to take away. It's like, damn, Detroit, like that defense is bad. And I will say one thing: Terrion Arnold, but gotta get him some work done. This is exactly something I saw. It's like this guy's a walking PI.
Yeah.
He loves it. He loves to hold. But that's a lot of corners, not just him. It's just young corners. They get scared. They get beat, hold. But I think he'll clean it up as he gets older. Like a little bit older, he gets more reps in him. But you can see he's so much more dynamic than Cam Sutton from last year. Like they have trusted him to play man.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think Detroit's just built great. And I think it was a good game all around. Like you can't leave that game as a Seattle fan and be like, we suck.
Right. They're legit.
Fan,
they're legit.
I was like, we suck. We
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
We lost. We suck. But no, they're legit, and I think they are going to contend for this division this year.
Yeah.
And I think obviously they have to clean up some of the run game stuff. But see, Detroit just puts you in such a bind.
Yeah.
Such a bind.
Yeah. 100%. I wouldn't be surprised this is a divisional matchup, in the playoffs in January. Everyone wanted to throw dirt on the Seahawks 3-0 record. They play the Patriots. How legit was it? They play the Broncos,
The Dolphins
have won 2
just
in a row.
destroyed Skylar Thompson.
Yeah. But they're legit. I love what I see out of the Seahawks. Mike McDonald is very impressive. Very impressive. I love the staff that he's got. I love the pieces that they're working with. The defense is just gonna keep on getting better. They have some tough injuries right now, but I like the Seahawks a lot. Don't think they're a fluke. I love their offense. I love their defense. Sky's the limit for them, bro. The Lions are just a different animal. They're really fucking good, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
On the other end, the Miami Dolphins are not a fucking problem. Um, they lose today to the Tennessee Titans. Ugly game. Honestly, like I really stopped paying attention after like the third quarter, like when Tajay
Yeah.
Spears got that touchdown. I mean, this is what happens. I mean, the quarterback came in for 2 weeks, and it looked like he
He looks
has only been
lost,
there
to
for
be
two
honest.
weeks.
Yeah, he looks like he's only been there. It's not a dig at Tyler Huntley. I again, this is where I go back to Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel. I don't understand what possessed him to think like we should not have an insurance policy. Let's just rock with Tua. It's like I got he played 1 year healthy, but has the track record for him not shown this? Like rookie year, sophomore year, last year at Alabama. Like, let's just be a little smarter. And I think this is going to cost them their whole season.
Yeah.
And it's not just like I said, being a coach isn't just coaching your players; it's about managing the position. And they did a horrible job managing their quarterback position. And dude, how fun does Tyreek Hill seem to be when like you guys are losing and he's not getting the ball? He seems awesome to be around, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, it's a really bad mood in Miami right now. Just
Yeah, it's not fun.
they have so many playmakers, Waddle, Tyreek, and Achan, and you would think like Mike McDaniels would cook up something like a McVay
But truth
special, a
is, he
Shanahan
had some stuff
special.
cooked up and they just can't hit him.
Yeah.
Like Tyler Huntley missed Tyreek for a go ball for like 60 yards.
Yeah.
And again, it's kind of like you don't know the timing.
Yeah.
He has no idea. He's only been there 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Tyler Huntley is not like as talented just to put his pads on and he can hit anybody. He's not that.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback. You just got to give him some time, and I think they'll get stronger as the year goes on. But it might be too late.
Yeah.
It really might be too late for them, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Dolphins are not looking good. On the Tennessee side, Will Levis got hurt in this game, so Mason Rudolph gets.
Did he? Did he? You don't think he could have went? I think it was a perfect excuse to look. I think Will Levis gives them a chance in some games, but a game like this, literally all he had to do was not fuck it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was going to, it looked like. He threw a pick right away. It just became a bigger meme. I still think it's dumb to go with Mason Rudolph because like Tennessee's not doing nothing this year.
Yeah.
At least see if you can fix Will Levis. There's no point to start Mason Rudolph. We know he sucks.
I mean, you
We know
gotta
he's not
love
the answer.
you gotta love like his attitude about shit, like on the sidelines. Like he's so animated and
They cut to him so much. I'm like, dude, first of all, it's Will Levis.
oh man.
Like you act like it was Carson Wentz getting pulled for Jalen Hurts, like the $150 million quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not. This is not this big a deal.
Yeah. And look, shout out to the Tennessee Titans defense. It just reminds you of a lot of pieces that they have, Tavondre Sweat, a guy that we talked about.
Really good.
Really good.
Really.
He's fitting right into the NFL scheme. And L'Jarius Sneed. And a guy I want to give a shout out to, Harold Landry, a guy who got hurt a year ago, I want to say. Everyone kind of forgot about him. He's legit. He's a premier pass rusher in the NFL. Shout out to the Titans, bro. They get their first win. We'll see what happens. They play the Dolphins today. There's not really much else to say. That was your Monday night fucking recap. Who do you want to talk about next, Max? I want to talk.
How about we just go to Sunday night?
Sunday night
Okay. Real quick.
Let's do it.
Look, I'm gonna do my little rant about the Bills. This is what scares me. This is what scares me about their team. Like I said, 17 gives them a chance to win any game. But games like this, it just scares me because to me, the talent on Baltimore just popped constantly. I don't think you can even say, oh, the Bills are injured. Who are they missing? One, Teron Johnson and Matt Milano. You think they're gonna really be the difference? Like I love both those players. I love Matt Milano. I think he's awesome. But he's not Roquan Smith. Teron Johnson's not a shutdown island corner. He's a cool slot guy. He's fun, but this is what scares me. It's like, yo, the O-line was getting its ass kicked all night by Baltimore. Baltimore was in on what they were going to do, and the defense had not one answer. The Baltimore moved the ball at will, it seemed like, for the first half, and then the game kind of slowed down, and then Josh Allen's making a circus throw to Khalil Shakir, and you're just like, wow, that's incredible. But like, if those are the plays you like that have to happen, that play, you're not going to win a Super Bowl. You just
Yeah,
can't.
yeah. It
And again,
was.
Baltimore had all the keys to them, and it scares me. And yeah, you could say, oh, Baltimore's a little desperate at home. They're at home, Buffalo, but you don't think Buffalo wants to prove they can beat these teams?
Yeah, yeah. Look,
I mean, it's just
I'm
disappointing. It was disappointing on Buffalo.
I'm not gonna overreact and say that the Bills are not good or anything, or they
And
always.
really quick, that's not what I'm trying to go with. I'm just saying it seems like whenever they play these teams,
Yeah, the elite, and the Ravens are one of those elite teams who are getting their groove back. I think they're finding their identity. Um,
yeah, that's what I took away is like, oh yeah, we have this Hall of Fame running back who's a
I
freak. Let's
mean,
give him the ball.
look,
Maybe.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Derrick Henry and how much of an anomaly that this is for a running back his age to be fucking doing this.
Height,
I mean,
size. He's
it,
still pulling away from people.
bro, he clocked in like a couple, like half a seconds less than Xavier Worthy on Sunday. That's how fast he was moving. I mean, running backs at 28, they fall off a fucking cliff, bro. Like it's a thing.
Is he only 28?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like 29 or 28.
I feel like he's like 34, but he's not.
You can
Let me tell you.
I'm kind of curious.
He's 30.
Now.
Yeah, he's 30.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
look,
yeah.
running backs at 28 usually most of the
Todd
time.
Gurley's like 27 right now. He's not even been in the NFL for like 3 years.
I gotta give props to Derrick Henry. Look, I thought he was gonna fit in nice with the Ravens and be like, oh, a nice goal line piece, you know what I mean? And he's gonna add something to the run game. I didn't think he was gonna be like 199 yards prime Derrick Henry looking this season. I didn't expect that.
He got that look to him.
Dude, like he looks like prime Derrick Henry out there. And
yeah,
hopefully it lasts. He is 30 years old. You know how the running back position goes. All right. He gets banged up at times. He's been banged up for the last like 2 years. He gets nicked and knacked here and there. So let's hope he stays healthy. But look, the Ravens found their identity. They're not a pass happy team that like they try to do against the Raiders. It's like, let's run the football. Let's do some creative shit with the run game. We'll get Lamar involved, and it'll open up everything else.
That's because then teams are going to start. And then you saw Buffalo started overplaying the run. Yeah, obviously, and then they start getting hit by passes.
Todd Monken is one of those guys where they're so unique. There's only a couple of teams in the NFL that run the scheme that they do. How many times did you see Patrick Ricard or their guard fucking pulling last night?
Yeah,
that doesn't. I don't know if you guys understand.
Hero.
Like, go watch football on Sundays and look closely at run plays, guys. Most of it is blocking.
Go watch
area.
The Eagles. They have 3 run plays again. 4, maybe 5 run plays.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You rarely see guys pulling these days, and that's a big advantage for teams like the Ravens because a lot of these guys coming into the NFL game, especially rookies, offensive linemen and defensive linemen, and even linebackers. When you're in the college game, you rarely see that. You may not see that all the way up to the NFL fucking level, bro, depending on what area you're playing football in. Teams just don't do that. The spread offense is king right now, and the game of pulling guards is just non-existent sometimes in football right now. And the Ravens use that to their advantage. That's their identity. Let's keep it. We got a Hall of Fame running back, like you said, Max, and let's run the ball down people's throat. Okay? And then everything else, it's like, oh, shit, now we got to deal with Lamar.
And then on the other side, Baltimore's still full of big people. They still eat up the run. Yes. And it's just in Buffalo, this is something I was trying to mention. Like, you can't just say, here you go, stop the run, you front seven. They're not like that.
They're not built like that.
Like, Ed Oliver's small, dude. He's going to get pushed around. That's not his game. He's a pass rusher. They don't have a Jordan Davis, Javon, like a nose tackle. Javondre Sweat would be awesome, right? You'd be like, got it. He's going to help us tremendously against them.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not their game.
I'm curious to see the Bills against another AFC elite. And if we see this again,
yeah,
Max,
I am too.
Yeah, we see this again, I'm out on the Bills. like doing anything far this year in the
And yeah, and
playoffs.
again, I'm not trying to say I'm out. I still root for the Bills, like I root
Right.
for Josh Allen. I thought Josh Allen played a great game, like
Yeah.
as for what he could do. But man, it's just this was like the one man show. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
kind of covering us today, so we're kind of screwed. We don't have the great concepts, we don't have great receivers, and this is where they're going to struggle because you look at their receivers. There's no one you really have to respect.
Yeah. And Keon
You're not
Coleman's
like
not there yet. He's just not. He's
no,
not there
not at
yet.
all.
Yeah.
But even Keon Coleman, he's never going to be the guy where you're like, we might have to shade two guys on him. Like to me, Keon Coleman, he's never going to get open if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is, you look at guys like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. It's like, how come there's no defender around him? Oh yeah, he burnt him. He left him. Keon Coleman's gonna like get a lot of like Mike Williams type stuff to me, and that's valuable. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Like do you ever see Mike Evans just like, damn, where does this defender go?
Yeah.
Oh, it's right. He's right behind him.
Yeah.
It's always a contested catch on Mike Evans, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
That's just not his game. And defenses, you don't have to worry about as much. Like Tyreek Hill commands a certain level of attention that Mike Evans does not, if that makes sense. And that's not a disrespect to Mike Evans. He's a great receiver.
Yeah.
But
I mean, in his heyday, Mike Evans can.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
there's an element to his game where you're not like that's what makes Justin Jefferson so special. It's like, holy shit, like he's a touchdown threat any play,
right?
And he's still pretty big, and that's what kind of Buffalo doesn't have. They don't have.
Safe to
they
say,
haven't had that for a while. Stephon Diggs was never that. I love Stephon Diggs.
I mean, Stephon Diggs is still a little bit more dynamic than what they got right now.
Yes,
I mean,
correct. He is.
Last game was the first game we seen that. Him miss.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on the Bills, Max? Or are you good?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Let's go to probably the biggest storyline in football, what everyone's talking about. Jayden Daniels. Okay. Washington Commanders are 3-1, Max?
3-1. Top of the division.
3-1 on top of the NFC East. And look, he's having an amazing rookie year, bro. We've seen it last year with CJ Stroud. We have another rookie that has entered the NFL, and he is a fucking baller. Okay. He's deadly accurate.
Arizona, right? They just played Arizona. They throttled them.
They whooped their ass. And I'm glad it happened. I didn't expect it by the Commanders, most definitely, but I did see this coming with the Cardinals. A lot of people love the Cardinals this year. They fall in love with Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray, whatever, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, I've thought the Cardinals have looked good for 3 weeks. I was like, ooh, they could be frisky. And then I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to get your ass spanked. I don't think Washington's that much better. You're not like, wow. Washington is just so much more talented.
As much shit.
Because they're not.
As much shit that we want to throw on Cliff Kingsbury, he came out and he whooped their ass. That was a personal fucking game.
He had them. He had everything called up perfectly.
Yeah.
There wasn't one mistake. And dude, I just saw Kyler Murray I saw Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn had Kyler Murray locked. Like, you didn't see him run around. He stepped up, smacked. Like, he got bullied all game. The Cardinals O-line was a mess. Like, Commanders are off to a hot start. And like, I don't know if it's going to keep up. I don't know if they have the talent to hang with the big boys. But what an awesome start. And this quarterback's giving their team a belief, and maybe they're playing up to a level they didn't know they could. And Jayden Daniels he's so hard to bring down. He's ridiculous. And then his throws here coming together. He's the best quarterback by far out of the rookie class. Safe to say. And I'm just impressed.
Who does he remind you of? Because a lot of people, they love to say Lamar Jackson.
He kind of reminds me of a Joe Burrow on fucking crack. Because he moves and then he just runs. But like, I don't feel like every time he like starts to scramble, he's tucking the ball and going like a Lamar early on.
Yeah.
He's kind of playing like a Lamar now, I would say.
Yeah, like developed Lamar
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, damn, he throws the week one. No, he was like, oh, run every play.
Yeah.
But last 3 weeks, I'm like, oh, he's looking to throw again.
Yeah, he has the highest completion rating for a quarterback all time in the 4 games. Not even for a rookie.
That's who cares about that stat, in my opinion.
I mean, look,
it's a bunch of BS.
From a rookie though,
he's still playing great. He's still playing. It doesn't matter. The completion percentage is bullshit. Let's throw 20 screens, 18 for 18. But the level he's playing, he's hitting throws that he was missing early in like week 1. He missed some throws.
Yeah.
Week 2, he missed a couple. Now he's hitting those big plays. Week 3, obviously, still like the greatest play I've seen from him. Hit, touchdown.
Yeah. I
Shake his hand.
like their team a lot. I really like Brian Robinson. I think he's coming into his own. He's commanding the whole backfield now that Eckler's out.
I would say this one. His ability to run has opened up their run game.
Yeah.
Because their old line doesn't really push people around. They don't have some great old
Well,
line.
Brian Robinson he's a 3-down back. Like now. Like
yeah, I don't know. Eckler should not be touching the ball that much to start.
Yeah.
But I say this, he hasn't played bad. Eckler's played fine.
Yeah.
He's been good.
I like the pieces that they have. I think the way that people think of Arizona is the way I'm thinking of the Commanders. You know, I think they're going to be the frisky team.
It's hard to not think that.
Yeah. And you know, we'll see where the Commanders go, bro, but Jayden Daniels has been absolutely freaking amazing. All right. Let's go to the Chiefs. Okay? The Chiefs 4-0, okay? They beat the Chargers with a big loss. Okay. They lose Rashee Rice. It looks like he tore his ACL. Okay.
He's out for the year. It looked pretty bad.
Yeah. Look, what do you feel about the Chiefs? Because everyone, I feel like everyone is kind of panicking, and for good reason. I feel like everyone's like, oh, they're, Xavier Worthy, you're gonna have to, grow up, I guess, and then
correct
and fucking do your thing. But I'm not all that worried.
I'm not worried at all. I don't know why you'd be worried. Look, the offense was a struggle last year. Look, they're banged up really bad. Rashee Rice, Pacheco.
Yeah.
They're starting
Hollywood
to Juju Smith. Hollywood Brown. I don't know why they think he's out for the year. He should be coming back. I don't understand why people are saying that.
If he does come back, he's going to come back in January. That's the timeline. That's the timeline.
How is that the timeline?
That's what they said.
It was 6 weeks, like 2 weeks ago. And now it's the year?
That's what I heard.
I don't understand.
I think they reevaluated the injury.
Look, I will say this. First of all, Hollywood Brown wasn't going to be this, 1,000-yard receiver for them. He's not. I don't think if he was playing, would you be like, oh, now they're going to be passing the ball like crazy? No, they're not.
No. He would have definitely helped, though.
This team, yeah, definitely would. I will say this. First of all, they could definitely trade for somebody. Amari Cooper, prime target. He would be awesome there. He would look awful as a Chief, I would think.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried. First of all, Xavier Worthy, he needs to grow up. But what he did on Sunday, his big catch, that's what he is. He's really just, I don't know why you'd ever play off coverage on him. Just put a safety, bump him to death. He can't get off press for shit. But obviously he's going to be a weapon, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the touchdown he had?
Yeah, I showed a clip of it.
Can you describe it to me? What did he do?
He ran past the guy.
Just straight, right?
Yeah, it just ran straight. Yeah. It was all speed.
Made a great catch at the end, but there was no route running and anything like that, and the Chargers have no good defensive backs. But I'm not worried about the Chiefs, man. Chargers are really beat up. Chargers are charging. Who knew? But the Chiefs are going to play with their food, and their defense is their calling card. They're a defense team, run the ball, and then let Mahomes make magic when they need them to. That's what they are. That's what they're going to be. Hey, maybe they can add a piece. Maybe they can get Amari Cooper. I don't see why you wouldn't just trade a first-round pick for somebody really good. If someone becomes available, why not?
Yeah. I don't see why they don't get a guy like, even on the lower end, like a guy like Robert Woods or a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, I think will be a good little option for
100%, them. Yeah. If Tennessee's not going to be contending, I don't think Cleveland will be. There's no reason to not just trade a middle pick for them.
Yeah.
If they're so worried about it. There's alternatives, and we've talked about receivers grow on trees. There's no reason to panic.
Yeah.
There's no reason at all.
Look,
4-0.
The Chiefs remind me of the Patriots years ago when in their heyday. The fact
they're
that
the reverse, though. They're the reverse.
Yeah.
You think about Mahomes. He came into the league just throwing touchdowns, no defense.
Right.
And then he won a couple Super Bowls, and now it's like, no, now you're a game manager. You have to play a game manager, right? It makes no
Yeah.
sen's, but that's what
And
they
he's one
are.
of the best. He's one of the
Put
best
that in
game
the clip.
managers.
Yeah, but then because he's not really a game manager, he's a fucking superstar.
Right.
But they just play a style of play where they're like, hey, you don't really have to do too much, brother.
Right. Yeah,
Just do a couple throws.
their defense is amazing, and they know how to
Yeah.
win every way. It's like, oh, we got to do a shootout today? Okay, we'll do it. Our quarterback will carry us. Oh, it needs to be a ugly game, defense, run the ball. Okay, we can do that too. It's like they can win so many different ways. It's fucking crazy, bro. And
Yeah,
I'm
put that in the
still
clip. The reverse Patriots, the Chiefs.
yeah, it's amazing to fucking see, bro. I'm not worried about the Chiefs. I feel like they're gonna make
Look,
a
it's
move.
not an A+ start to the year. They haven't been dominant,
Yeah,
but they've just been the Chiefs. They just keep winning. They're 4-0.
right.
There's nothing, and it's not like it's unsustainable. It's not like damn. It's like the Eagles from last year. I don't think the Chiefs after 8 weeks are gonna like lose 8 games in a row.
Right.
I don't think that at all.
Let's talk about another undefeated team, the Minnesota Vikings. All right, Minnesota Vikings come out. They beat the Packers in Lambeau Field. I mean, Sam Darnold, MVP candidate.
Yeah. Like they really kicked their ass. It was like 28-0 or 28-7. And then the Packers started mounting a comeback. The Vikings like let up. They are impressive. Like, do you agree with that assessment of how the game went? Like they got Jordan Love was looking really bad, and I get he's coming off an injury and he's kind of finding his timing. The Vikings are no joke. They're a pain in the ass. I was completely underestimated them. I completely underestimated them.
Yeah, look, I think one of the most impressive things besides Sam Darnold, I know that's the big story here. Like Sam Darnold's been playing out of his mind, but the defense, I think not enough people look at the defense. Like a guy like Brian Murphy, Byron Murphy, the cornerback that they have. Like we walked into the season, Max, like, oh, they don't got no corners. Like, what are they gonna do at corner? He's been playing amazing. Brian Flores has been calling hella fucking games, has been having hella fucking game plans during the week.
One thing, they have not been out physical any week.
No. They're
Not at all.
They're dominating teams, bro.
And they're another team where you're not like, it's just stud everywhere. It's not.
No.
It's not like that. But they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have some good young players, Greenard, Dallas Turner, Van Ginkel, who's just a fucking stud.
Yeah.
Like, they don't lose battles. Like, they're not constantly like, hey, if they rush 4 all game long, they wouldn't cause havoc.
And they
they don't really get moved.
They have a really good balance of like young talent to go along with some veteran guys that have been there, done that, have been in some big games. I can name 2 of them, and one of them on both sides. Harrison Smith. I think he's like a perfect guy for them. Like, hey, let's hold in all this young talent that we have on defense. You know, let me be the leader of these guys. I'm not the same dynamic safety that I used to be, but I'm still pretty good. I can do my job, get guys in the right place. The other guy on offense, Aaron Jones. I mean, we love Aaron Jones here on the podcast, bro. He's one of the most underrated players we felt like throughout the years. What a great player to have on offense. Like a guy that's relied on, you know, can trust him. You gotta love what the Minnesota Vikings are doing. And then they got, like I said last week, I'm gonna keep on saying it. Kevin O'Connell, top 5 coach in the league. And it's facts. Okay. We're seeing it. I love what I see from the Vikings. Who do they play next week, Max? Can you look that up for us? Because I'm very curious.
Yeah,
very curious.
I think they play. They're not on bye. I just saw them. Hold on 1 second. I got it right here. Jets. The Jets.
Okay. So a little bit of a trap game, you would say, I guess. But
Aaron Rodgers coming to town.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Or Aaron Rodgers playing me. It's just nightmare.
Yeah. But love what I see out of the Vikings. On the Packers side, you said that, you know, Jordan Love looked kind of rusty, and he did. He looked rusty as shit. There's just throws that were sporadic. My opinion, he should have sat. There was no need to play him. There, I know
Yeah.
he caught his groove late in the game, and they made a comeback.
Jayden Reed going off
Yeah,
again.
Jaden
What's
Reed.
new?
Shout out Jaden Reed.
Called it.
But Jordan Love should have sat. Malik Willis should have played in this game. They were playing with house money. Why? What was the need to bring him? It was the divisional game. It was gonna be a hard nosed fucking football game, and there was no need to play him.
I feel like you play him if you go 0-2
Yes,
in that
desperate.
stretch or 1-1, but they went 2-0. Like, even though they're 2-2, I feel like their season's gone great for what they've had to deal with. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
and he took some major hits, bro.
fuck
He's
yeah.
getting fucked up, man. Yeah. Look, I still like the Packers. They still got so much talent. They lost Christian Watson. Looks to be for a couple weeks at least with a high ankle
Yeah,
sprain.
well, come on.
Yeah.
We kind of penciled that in.
But
If it's not a hamstring, it's an ankle.
I still like the Packers. Let them get back on track. Vikings caught them at a really good time. But Vikings looking great, bro. Let's talk about
Absolutely.
let's go to your Eagles.
No, I'm good. We're good.
So the
Don't
Eagles
have to.
lose to the Bucks. They get pummeled.
I would have bet my fucking house we would have lost that game to the Bucks. I think Todd Bowles is our kryptonite. He kicked our ass in the playoffs. We can't tackle the Bucks. We had like 15 missed tackles. And then, you guys want to just talk shit about Sirianni's press conference and all this stuff and how bad of a coach he is. Kellen Moore's offense, man. I don't know if you watched the Eagles one. Has the offense looked so different than last year? Have you seen Jalen Hurts going under center more? He went under center for the first half of the Packers game. I haven't seen it since. And he's a turnover machine. He just loves it. He loves to throw a dumb pick or fumble a ball. He loves it. He really loves it. And look, we're 2-2 going into our bye. Hey, part of me wants to say, hey, dude, we beat the Saints, which was a great win. The Bucks, we came back and fought. Like, I know we were down 21-0 when they kicked our ass and game was kind of over, but we came back and made it a little interesting without A.J. Brown, Lane Johnson, Devontae Smith. We're really banged up, right? Reed Blankenship. The whole defensive line's cramping because it's a fucking 120 degrees.
Yeah.
So part of me is like, it wasn't that bad. But then there's realistic Eagle fan that, like, I hate this team. I hate them.
I think you guys will be fine. Like you said, you had a lot of injuries. And the Bucks are no slouch. I think this Baker Mayfield Bucks thing is a real thing.
They're good, yeah, and they're big up front.
Yeah.
Like and without Lane Johnson. I will say one more thing, the one thing you take away is still though is Jalen Hurts is a turnover machine. That is a fact. Until he cleans it up, like we talked about with Buffalo, like we don't really know. Like after this one, like, it was not a good look. This is every game for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So it's worrisome. It's a thing. It is a thing. And that's something we have to take. It's not sustainable to keep turning over the fucking ball. Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
And we're not dynamic enough on defense to overcome that, in my opinion.
Agree. Let's go to the Texans. CJ Stroud gets a dub. How great is CJ Stroud? He's fucking amazing.
I read his Nico Collins. I really like that guy.
Hey, you kind of brought it to my attention. I think it was off the pod, but you're saying like, man, like Nico Collins he like
our number one.
Yeah, like
Chris Sims was saying it, and I was like, motherfucker, dude. I said like 3. I said that before he did.
Yeah,
I was saying at the end of last year to you, I was like, dude, this guy is so fucking good.
I didn't want to believe it. I was more a Tank Dell guy. I still really like Tank Dell.
Tank Dell is the like the forgotten kid right now.
Yeah.
But it's not his fault. Like Neil Collins is playing out of his mind. And like Tank Dell is awesome number 3. You're like, wow.
Right.
He could be a high level 2.
Yeah.
The Texans are awesome, man. They literally put the nail in Jacksonville's coffin, I believe.
Yeah, the
Jacksonville played good. They came to play. It's too little, too late. Too little, too late.
I'm just gonna say this: Trevor Lawrence was the problem last game. He missed so many.
He missed a wide open touchdown. But hey, Doug Peterson, your comments are like blaming the players. Awesome look.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nah, yeah. Bill Belichick looking to take your spot, bro. Okay, let's go to the Raiders. Raiders got to win.
Yeah, here, I'll contribute what you did to the Eagles. Yeah, man, Raiders. I'm not worried, dude. They're 2-2. This is what they're gonna be. Go ahead. You talk for 5 minutes.
Look, it's not so much about the Raiders. The Raiders came out, they gotta win. Okay. This is who they are,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I want to talk more about the Browns. I'm gonna defend Deshaun Watson just a little bit. I know he's getting a lot of fucking flack right now. Okay, deservingly so. But go watch that Browns game. There's a lot of issues with the Browns other than fucking Deshaun Watson. Okay. The receivers let him down. His offensive line lets him down. Tough calls let him down. I'm not going to
That
say
80-yard touchdown wasn't a penalty at all. That was bullshit. That was bad.
I mean, you're in Raider Stadium, so there's bullshit calls all the time. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Um,
Welcome to the NFL.
yeah.
Reffing.
But
Like, okay, real quick on the 4th and 10, like the final play of the game. What's he supposed to do?
yeah,
They got
thank
to
you.
him in like 0.2 seconds, and he escapes.
Yes.
And then he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta throw it," and it's like,
No,
"Oh
look,
man."
I'm not saying Max that like this guy's playing fucking amazing and oh my
He's
god.
definitely not worth the money.
Yes.
But he's not playing to the level of like the bum people think he is. Like,
Yeah.
no, he's
like
not
Bryce
that.
Young. Like he's not playing. He's playing average. He needs to be playing more, obviously, because of his contract. But he is not the main problem here. The Browns,
I think
they're just
I think their
dysfunctional.
O line is like a Giants level right now.
Yes,
like it's
it's
so
bad.
bad. It's impossible to do anything.
Yeah, it's
And
really bad.
The defense has regressed. 100% regressed.
Well, you feel bad for the defense because the defense is on the fucking field so much. And it's like they try to do whatever they can. Like Myles Garrett is
but
playing
I'm telling you, as a guy who's lived through Jim Schwartz, the first year is awesome.
Yeah.
And then people get it. You know what I'm saying? And they're still good, but they're not going to be as dominant. And obviously the offense isn't helping them. But you mentioned like 3 offensive linemen, dude. And the backups are garbage.
As much, like I said, as much as I want to fucking clown Deshaun Watson, oh, he's terrible, and deservingly so. Like
Dude,
he's not
just
playing
to put
up
it in
to
perspective from us guys. We were gonna do a Deshaun Watson video like we did Bryce Young.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and then you watched it, and you're like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, like he's not the worst of their problems. Like definitely, like you don't have to be a rocket scientist to say like he's not playing up to his contract. That's 1,000%.
Okay, but how many escapes in the film you watched? And the Raiders were you like, damn, it's a good escape?
Yeah,
And
even on the 80-yard touchdown that got put back, like that look a little bit like Deshaun, just a little bit, Yeah. But hey, people are gonna, when you're making that much money, kind of. You get the criticism.
You just leave yourself open for this shit.
Exactly. Let's do some quick hits and then we'll get out of here, okay? The Pittsburgh Steelers, who you didn't believe, this is a reason why. They lose to the Indianapolis Colts. They lose to Joe Flacco, man. Anthony Richardson.
Hey, shout out to the Colts for calling a run play for the quarterback right after he gets hurt. Good thinking. Love it. Great idea.
Look, I want to say this. I think it was a little bit of a bad look. The fact that Joe Flacco came in there and the offense got just a lot better. I think it was a lot more consistent.
I think exactly. I'm in a video I'm doing in the future. The Colts season has gone like their quarterback, really high and really fucking low. And Anthony Richardson is like this. And Joe Flacco's like,
but like, here's the thing.
We're just casual.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. It's like when Joe Flacco comes in, it's like, oh, my God. Like, now the tight ends are getting involved. And now Michael Pittman's getting involved.
Dude, there's throws, like 5-yard hitch. He's just fucking sailing. And then 20-yard, like, penny window, like the smallest window, darted in.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything like this.
It's going to be
I promise it.
It's going to be a process, but hey, this is why you get a backup quarterback. Miami Dolphins take a fucking page out of their fucking, out of the Colts. But shout out to Joe Flacco. He can still sling that thing. Anthony Richardson, he's going to come back. He, basically his rookie season is going to be tough. Pittsburgh Steelers, though, on a side note, I like what I see from Justin Fields, and I think they're kind of holding him back a little bit from the offense. I think they still want to play with this conservative bullshit with him, and I think they need to let him loose. I think they need to let him loose, let him sling it more, and see what he can fucking do, bro. Because when they started opening up the pass game, going deep to George Pickens, shit started working. They were going down the field.
And they had like a red zone turnover, which really screwed them with
Yeah.
Pickens fumbling. So again, tough loss for Pittsburgh. They're 3-1. I don't know how you're not just over the moon as a Pittsburgh fan.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's gonna do it.
Any other game?
Bengals?
Trying to think.
Bengals got their groove back.
Oh, good job.
Yeah.
The Carolina Panthers again look way more inept or
Competent.
adept. Whatever the word is. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jamar Chase had a good day. I think the Bengals are really good on offense. Their problem is defense. Chuba Hubbard
Yeah.
had a pretty good game on them. Just a side note, I think I'm committed to it already. I'm gonna make a video on Chase Brown. Chase Brown needs to be their starting running back, and I think it's obvious. I think he can be
You
a
gotta
really
love hard running Zach Moss. You love it.
I know. Contracts, bro. And just because they paid him that contract, I feel like they have to fucking play him. But shout out to the Bengals. They get their first win. Let's see if they can build momentum off of that. Anything else that you've seen on Sunday, Max, that you want to put out there? Anything?
Bears offense still doesn't look great. They won against the Rams are so depleted. Maybe that's it. They didn't look that great. They looked better.
The passing game didn't look all that
looking
amazing.
better than shit.
Yeah.
If it's two's higher than one. So yeah, they got a little better. It's still not great.
DeAndre Swift
they ran the ball.
Look,
hey, if you can't run the ball in the Rams, just quit. They suck. They can't stop nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And without Cooper and Puka, it's tough shit. Sorry, Sean McVay.
Yeah. But
that's it.
Yeah.
For me.
That's it. I think that's going to do it, you guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you guys gotten this far into the video, man. We greatly appreciate all the love and support that we get. Go ahead and comment down below whatever thoughts that you guys had about week 4. Tune in next week. We have some things coming this week for the podcast, so stay tuned for that. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Peace.